But I kind of hope they work out. I have liked Emma the whole time. I know a lot of people think she needs therapy, but who doesn't? Who doesn't need therapy? Wanted to give my quick opinions on episode 11 of Love is Blind season 10, and I have been outspoken against some of these guys that have really sucked this season and have been terrible. I mean, Chris was by far the worst. Alex has been quite a struggle too. Devanta has had his moments. But I think today I'm going to use my time in this video, this short video, to talk my shit against the broad who calls herself breezy, because Brianna is anything but breezy. I've been saying this the whole season. In fact, there's been times this season I've had to question both Brianna and Connor about if they were really on the show for real reasons to really try and get married. And I think in this episode, Connor may have proved me wrong, but Brianna definitely proved me right. All she's done since getting out of the pods was analyze every little thing about Connor that she might not like. And it really came across as excuses to me. It was definitely excuses on Brianna's part when it comes to Connor, because anytime she would throw something at him, like about his career, about how he's not alpha enough or whatever by the end of it. I mean, she was starting to sound a little bit like Chris by the end of this episode, which was gross. But anytime she's thrown that out at Connor, he's kind of proved her to be wrong. So I just feel as this season has gone on that Brianna was grasping at straws when it came to not wanting to be in that relationship. It's something a lot of guys do on this show, is try and find any little excuse to get out of actually going through with the marriage, because they came on the show not for the right reasons to actually find love. They want to just, get famous off of the show. And I do feel like after this episode, that is what Brianna did. It's either that or Brianna just sucks, which is also very possible. Like, she might just be her own worst enemy. Maybe she's used to dating shitty guys. She's kind of talked about it, how Connor's a much different person than what she would usually date. And that's conceivable. I can see that as possible, that Brianna just has, kind of similar to Chris, insecurities in her own relationships, and if they don't go a very particular kind of way, she is going to self-sabotage and get out of it. But by watching them as a couple, they never did seem like they were going to be compatible to me. And frankly, Connor dodged a bullet. He is way too chill for someone like Brianna. Connor is the breezy in that relationship. He is the chill person. I'm still on the fence about if Connor was really on the show for the right reasons, because he really came across as someone in the pods who would be with anyone. He was just having a good time. But then when he's with Brianna, he's acting like he's been serious the whole time to get married. And I'm not going to call him a liar. However, do I think he is the best judge of character if he was really about to go through with the wedding after how his relationship with Brianna played out on screen? I don't know. I think Brianna kind of did him a favor there if he was really actually gung-ho about going through with it. And I mean, I guess it's easy to say because we are only going off the edit of these two as a couple. But everything we have seen has looked pretty incompatible to me. So another couple bites the dust before we get to a wedding. Some of the other couples to talk about, Devanta and Brittany in this episode, they are similar to Brianna and Connor for me. Like, I just don't see it for them. Anything we've seen on screen with them, they don't come across as a couple that are really in it to win it, as in it to actually get married. That they do not seem like that to me. They seem incompatible on an attraction level, especially Devanta towards her, though he might just be a person who is not very touchy-feely, and that's fair. But I also do feel like he's just so dry with her sometimes that I understand why she feels the way that she feels. However, in this episode, I think that Brittany was the questionable one because Devante bringing up how he wants a prenup is reasonable. Like they're in this whirlwind few week romance where they got to get married after a few weeks because that's the experiment. And I think Devante has every right to ask for a prenup if he is doing well for himself. And I think it's normal. It's very normal for two people in that situation. And her reaction to it made me question if she's really into him for the right reasons or if she's into him because she might be able to get a little something something out of a divorce. Because that's how Brittany came across in this episode. Even though she played it off cool by the end and there were some jokes, she did come across as someone who was kind of offended that he was asking for a prenup when it's a very normal thing. I don't like them as a couple, but we'll see if they go through with it. Alex and Ashley, I believe her name is. I get some of these girls mixed up. It's mostly Ashley and Amber that I get mixed up. But yeah, they were awkward again in this episode. Instead of Alex just yapping in this episode and telling lie after lie after lie, it felt like he didn't want to tell her anything in this episode in the scene that we got with them talking about life and the future and everything. He is a con artist, I think. I mean, it's what we've called him all along, and I have to feel that same way after these past two episodes. We didn't get a lot of Amber and Jordan, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we are going into the last episode, which means we're going into the wedding, and I haven't seen Jordan meet her daughter yet. They are really waiting until the last moment to meet, like right before the marriage. That seems like a really bad decision. But I could have missed it because the last two episodes I've kind of had the show on as like in the background when I'm doing other things like laundry and whatnot. But let's talk about Mike and Emma. They have kind of had the most screen time from start to finish. If you go back to the pods, Emma in particular has had a ton of screen time. And I don't know if that's been because they are like the one couple besides Vic and Christine that probably actually get married, or if she got this big edit for this big dramatic thing of Mike not saying yes at the wedding, because that was our cliffhanger. Emma did say I do, and now it is Mike's turn. We did see that Mike was aggravated before the wedding. Apparently every time his mom called, he was not in a great mood, which means he probably is very stressed out about this decision. I think Emma does see them as compatible because he does like ground her and reassure her very well. I guess we're going to see if that has all been fake or not. They, to me, do actually come off as authentic with each other. I have complained about their storyline, and I still feel the same way that their entire storyline revolved around Emma being adopted and Mike wanted children. It just wasn't good TV for me personally. But I kind of hope they work out. I have liked Emma the whole time. I know a lot of people think she needs therapy, but who doesn't? Who doesn't need therapy? So I am hoping for Mike and Emma to work out here in the end. We will see what the ending brings next week. I've actually made it through a full season for the first time in like 3 seasons, so I will be here with my opinions. Probably. I'm not going to guarantee that. But if there's enough stuff to talk about, I will be here with my opinions on the finale and see who does wed and who doesn't wed.